Hello everyone, and today the topic of discussion is gene cloning. So, firstly, I would like to tell you that what is the meaning of gene cloning? Gene cloning is a process of making multiple copies of a gene. This mainly involves three basic steps. The first one is to form recombinant DNA, the second one is transformation, and third is selection. By looking at this picture given here, we can clearly understand the process of gene cloning, which mainly requires a plasmid vector and a DNA fragment that has to be cloned, that is the gene of interest. So, with the help of different enzymes, this DNA fragment that has to be cloned will be inserted into plasmid vector and will finally result into a recombinant plasmid. This recombinant plasmid then will be further transferred or transformed into host cells. Once the transformation is done successfully, this plasmid, due to its self-replicative properties, will multiply and will form multiple copies of its own. As I already said, that plasmid vector is required, so it is also a type of cloning vector. And the cloning vector is having different components which play different main role in the process of gene cloning. These components are replication origin, ampicillin resistance gene, lag-Z gene, and the restriction sites. One by one, I'll be discussing each component. The first component, that is replication origin, is mainly helpful for a plasmid to replicate inside the host cells. The second component, that is antibiotic resistance gene, is mainly helpful for a cell to provide resistance against ampicillin. This is also a process for selection of the host cells that are having resistance power, thus selecting for the transformants. Then the third component, that is beta galactosidase enzyme, which is encoded by lag-Z gene, is converting a clear substrate, that is X-gal, into a blue product. So as I already told that for selection ampicillin is working, the same way beta galactosidase is also helpful in the selection process. Here we can see the reaction where the X-gal, that is a colorless product, is converted into 5,5-dibromo 4,4-dichloroindigo, which is an intensely blue product and is insoluble. This is all because of the enzyme, that is beta galactosidase, and is encoded by lag-Z gene. So now discussing the three steps. The first step was forming recombinant DNA. So how this recombinant DNA is prepared? This is prepared with the help of enzymes which are used for cutting and also for the joining purpose. These enzymes are restriction enzymes which are recognizing the recognition site and then cutting the fragment, and then the DNA fragment, the gene of interest, is inserted in place of that with the help of ligase enzyme. So this is how a recombinant DNA is made. Then secondly, when the recombinant DNA is prepared, after that the second step is transformation. So transformation of the recombinant DNA is further done into the host cell. As we already know that plasmid is having self-replicative properties, it will multiply and it will form many copies of the same gene. So as bacterial cells multiply, the gene of interest will be replicated with each cell. Fine. Here this is a picture from a laboratory where bacteria is growing in the flask of liquid medium and it is incubated at an optimal growing temperature. So here transformation is going on. Fine. Once the transformation is done and the incubation period is completed, further the next step is selection. This selection is based on three conditions, that is, the possible bacterial clone products can be a bacteria without vector, a bacteria with vector without the gene, and bacteria with vector with the gene of interest. So three conditions may occur. after transformation is done. So we have to check that which condition is there. A condition where bacteria with vector and with the gene of interest should persist, because this is the best condition. This is the exact condition which we require. So we have to eliminate the first two conditions, that is bacteria without vector and second bacteria with vector without the gene, because this will not fulfill our aim. The condition A and the condition B is not required. The condition required is condition C, where the bacteria with the vector and with the gene of interest is obtained. So finally, the step 3 is selection. Now how the selection will be done? Selection will be done through plating method. As we already know that the plating can be done through spread plating method on agar plates. The bacterial cells which were cultured and which we have seen that in laboratory they have been incubated for a long time. Once the transformation is done, the bacterial cells will be taken and spread plated on the agar plate, where different sources will be given for the selection. And this already I have told that what sources are these. This is antibiotic or X-gel, which will help in selection process. Fine. So the first we'll discuss regarding antibiotic, which is used for the selection. Here we can see that there are two conditions where the plate is there without antibiotic and a plate with antibiotic. So the transformed cells which are already transformed with the plasmid and with the source DNA, they'll be able to grow on the antibiotic plate only if they are having the resistance bar. So in the case where no antibiotic is there in the plate, we can see the first situation where no antibiotic is there. So all type of colonies will grow in this case. Whereas in the second case where antibiotic is also present in the agar plate, only few cells which are transformed and which are having those resistance power will be able to grow. So finally the transformed cells with vector and with the gene of interest only will be selected. Then second case is the presence of beta galactosidase gene. Fine. So the gene of interest will interfere with beta galactosidase gene, and that is the positive case. If it will interfere, that means the gene of interest is finally transformed, because beta galactosidase will convert the X-gel into a blue product. So if it is interfered, it will not be able to convert into a blue product. So here on the plate, two type of colonies we can see. One is blue, one is white. So the white one is that which is having the vector with the gene of interest and which already interfered with the beta galactosidase activity, means the positive one. Whereas the second, the blue colonies, is the one which is only having the vector and not the gene of interest. So finally we can understand that selection process is based on two types of genes, that is lag-Z gene and ampicillin resistance gene. Fine. So the recombinant DNA, first it is made, then it is transformed, and then it is selected based on two sources. So quickly I will summarize the whole gene cloning process. As I already told, plasmid is very important, and which is acting as a vector, and the DNA, the gene of interest, is the second important thing. So we'll extract the plasmid and we'll isolate the gene of interest. This gene will be inserted into the plasmid and will finally result into recombinant DNA. This plasmid will be further transformed into the host cell, where it will replicate and where it will multiply into multiple copies. Now this gene cloning process is having multiple applications, like this gene can be used as a pest resistance gene and will be inserted into different plants. Also, this gene can be used to alter the bacterial properties for cleaning up the toxic waste. Also, many proteins can be synthesized further, which will help to dissolve the blood clots in heart attack therapy, and human growth and making of the human growth hormones, which will be used to treat the stunted growth. So not only these applications, but many more applications are there, which are uh, very much important in today's world, and um, very much helpful due to only which is only possible due to this gene cloning process. So thank you and have a nice day.